Hey guys, Dan Blewett here, and I want to reiterate the 80% rule when you're developing a new pitch. So in the case of the curveball, our 80% rule is we want to see whether you're at any given distance. So let's say we're at 50 feet and we're throwing it like 40-ish miles per hour, right? We're just trying to start out and learn the correct spin. We want to make sure that our catch partner says that 8 out of 10 look very, very good from our criteria, whether that's, the spin axis of it, so it has very good forward spin, whether the mechanics look right. We want to see that 80% of your throws from a given distance at a given speed are good. And then when they are, we're going to back up, we're going to throw a little bit harder, and then we're going to see if we can still get back up to that 80% compliance with our goals. So again, with the curveball, we're looking for forward spin with a hopefully one directional axis, right? So 12-6 or 1-7, or if you're lefty, 11-5. And we want to see, can we do 8 out of 10 with the correct spin that we're looking for? The correct shape. So they're all sort of 1-7 or all 12-6. We don't see one at 12-6, one at 2-5 or 2-5. Yeah. We don't want to see differences in all of them. We want to see, did I just throw 8 out of 10 that are very, very consistent? If I did, then let's move back. Let's add a little more speed. You'll probably see it go down. So now you're throwing a little bit harder, you're a little bit farther away, and now I only throw 6 out of 10 that are very similar in shape, similar in spin, and pretty much well executed. Then, if you continue to practice and focus really hard, you'll build back up to 8 out of 10. Then, you back up again. Obviously, with curveballs and changeups and lowering pitches, you don't have to keep going back. We're not long tossing, but you'll go back to maybe finally 50, 55, 60 feet, and then you'll just continue to increase your speed. But the point is, if you're trying to learn a new pitch, you got to start slow and start a little bit softer than normal, right? Just easing into it so you can feel through the position, just like riding a bike. Then you increase the speed over time, and once we get the hang of it at low speeds, it'll be there at higher speeds, just we'll lose a little bit, right? So we might have 8 out of 10 at 50 miles per hour, then we go to 60 miles per hour, and we're only down to 5 out of 10. That's okay, now we need to build back up until we're consistently getting 7 or 8 out of 10. Then we can go to 65, 7 or 8 out of 10, go to 70. And then eventually we'll get to full speed, and we'll be throwing consistently our best version at pretty much our bullpen or our game speed. So if we jump ahead and we go, okay, I feel like I got it. Then we just jump back and we're throwing really, really hard. Now our curveball is junky, and now we throw 3 out of 10 are good and 7 out of 10 are not very good. We're not going to get better. How are we going to make traction that way when so many of them is reinforcing a bad arm angle, bad hand position, bad spin, all that sort of stuff? We want to make sure the vast majority of them are good, so they're reinforcing good habits. So they're reinforcing what it's supposed to look like, what it feels like, executing the pitch well, and then we add a little bit of speed, okay? So if we jump ahead too fast, if you kind of ignore the 80% rule, it's going to be tough to make long-term progress. But if you're always trying to perfect it at one step before going to the next step, which is just steps in speed, then we're going to consistently make progress, all right? So don't ignore the 80% rule. Be really strict, and that could be between you and your throwing partner. Maybe your throwing partner tells you when you can kind of go back or add a little more velocity, but you have to be willing to trust the process. 80% rule. Make sure they're all getting very consistent before you start to add more speed to the pitch.